Hi everyone, welcome to my page, Social Work Prep with Olosari. My name is Olosari. Today I'm going to be telling you the theoretical approaches that is used in clinical social work practice. First, the first one I'm going to talk about is the psychosocial theory. So psychosocial theory focus on the psychic and interpersonal changes. So when you're talking about psychosocial theory, you're talking about the psychodynamic, psychoanalytic, ego psychology, like role and system theory. So then the second one that I'll be talking about is problem solving. So the purpose of problem solving is to solve problem using psychosocial, based on psychosocial and functional approaches. So the third one I'll be talking about is behavior modification. Behavior modification, the purpose of using that theory is for the symptoms reduction of problem behavior and learning alternative way to deal with issue. I'm going to be talking more about these theories in my other video, but right now I just wanted to give you guys short information regarding these theories. The next one is cognitive theory, and the purpose of using this theory, or a lot of therapists use this theory to change the distorted thought in people, so that you can reduce how your thoughts affect your feelings, basically. So by changing the negative thoughts, then you can work on reducing how someone feels, because our thought is connected to our feelings. So that's what cognitive therapy talks about. And crisis intervention is the next theory I'll be talking about. So crisis intervention is actually short-term. It's a brief treatment, basically. So the crisis intervention focus solely on dealing with that crisis immediately, finding solution to stabilize the client or to stabilize the problem at that time. So whenever there's crisis, therapists or case manager tend to use the crisis intervention theory more. So the next one is the family therapy. When therapists use family therapy, they are looking at the whole family as a whole. So family therapy, you can say you're doing a family therapy for people and you're focusing just on that. When you talking about family therapy, you're talking about dad, mom, the children, and if it's just dad and mom, you're focusing on them as one instead of as individual. Group therapy. The purpose of group therapy is basically to put people with the same concern or the same issue together, where they can learn from themselves, kind of like a support group, maybe like AA group, Alcohol Anonymous, or NA group. So that's an example of a group therapy. The next one that I'll be talking about is narrative theory. So therapists tends to use narrative theory as a when you use stories. Maybe someone is thinking of themselves. For an example, maybe somebody have let's say depression. So if someone is struggling with depression and everything is that they're thinking about is focused on, oh, I'm a depressed person, basically using the person's story to change the way that they are viewing themselves, and like saying, oh well, yes, you have this problem, but the problem doesn't define you as a person. The problem is part of you, it's not a whole you. So you're using their story to assist the person to view their issue from a different perspective. That's the purpose of the narrative theory. And the next theory that I'll be talking about is the ecological and life model theory. So that theory focuses more on life transition and the environment pressure. So it kind of talks about individual and family and their environment, how they fit together. So that's what that theory is all about. And the last but not the least that I'll be talking about is the task-centered theory. So that theory focuses on accomplishing tasks. Like maybe you have like 10 things to do. So the task theory, you just focus on just the tasks, like I need to do A, B, C, and D. So then you start working on whatever you need to do, maybe like prioritizing it and see which one come first, and you just checking them out as you are able to complete that theory. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you have a topic that you want me to talk about, or you have social work question, maybe you are studying the social work questions, and you have a question for me, maybe you're struggling with one of the questions and you need an assistance, you can send an email to me and I'll make a video about that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.